Well, Bill, if you can get somebody like me to do this correctly, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
I probably should have told Doug before I reached, you know, before we agreed on this, was that nothing ever is straightforward with me.
Well, that's okay. And you know what? That's a great deal of the public. So if you're saying what you're saying is true, then you are the best one to do it, because if you can figure it out, I guess others should be able to as well.
You're a very kind man, Bill. If you want to RV and you don't know if you're going to have 30 amp, 50 amp, and you've got more than one AC unit, no brainer. Hey folks, Chris here from Hinton the Trail. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to our first ever Whatever Wednesdays. So Whatever Wednesdays is where we're going to be doing RV hacks, reviews, product installations, possibly cooking, and just some other things to make your RV life a little bit better. So today, being our first Whatever Wednesdays, we kind of want to do something big. So we actually partnered with SoftStartRV for a really cool product for our AC units. And if you hear something in the background, I am doing this at the East to West Tandara factory. So you will hear noise, you will hear work going on, and in the background you may see some factory stuff happening, which is actually pretty cool. All right, so back to SoftStart. So when you think about your AC units, you have to think about amperage. How much current are we using? Things like that. So Tandy, which is a 385 MB from Tandara, is 41 feet long. She has two 15K AC units. And we wanted to be able to make sure we could run those if we had to on a 30 amp, because not all RV parks have 50 amp available. When you start your AC unit, what happens is that initial start, and then every time the compressor kicks on, it's going to actually use 7 to 8 times the amount of current that it does during a normal steady state. So if you're wanting to use a 30 amp, every time you kick on one of those AC units or both, you may actually cut off power. You may lose power. So we want to make sure we could avoid that. And so we contacted SoftStartRV, and they offer, it's just like it is, it's a soft start product. And what it does is it cuts the amount of current needed for the startup and for each of those times when the compressor turns on. It cuts it by about 65 to 70%. So instead of getting this huge spike every time in power consumption, you have more of a slow curve, which allows you to actually run your AC units off of less power. So does it work? Well, here I'm going to show you what happens when you run AC off of a generator, which we have a Coleman 3400. So check this out. So before we do the soft start install, we're actually going to try to run one or both of our 15K ACs off of our Champion dual fuel 3400. Right now it's about 72 degrees here in Elkhart, Indiana. I've got it on economy mode, so it's a little bit quieter. Generator's running fine, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn on the AC unit and see how it runs on economy mode. So right now it's 73. I set the cool high. And you're going to watch. That's with the compressor on, and it's running fine. So one 15K AC runs great. It's on economy mode. Turn off economy mode. It's going to run a little bit louder. So I'm going to go inside and hit the second AC. Susanna's out videoing the generator to see what happens. All right. So it's 71 in here. And I'm going to try to run down really fast. So it's 71. Now let's watch as that kicks on. See, we just killed it. And so what it is, it's not so much the running amps, it's when you first turn them on and then every time your compressor kicks on, it surges. So, did it shut off? I mean, it didn't shut off, but it couldn't produce enough power. So we know we can't run 2 AC units on a 15K, or 2 15K ACs on a generator. So as you can see, off that generator, we lost power. Yes, we could run 1 AC unit, but what happens when we're someplace where there's only 30 amp and we want to run 2, or if we're boondocking and we want to make sure we can successfully run 1 even at hot temperatures when the compressor is going off a lot. And that's where the SoftStart product comes in. So SoftStartRV boasts that you can run 2 AC units off of 30 amps, as long as each of those AC units has one of their SoftStartRV products. So to show you how this all works and to introduce their new no-cut 6-step installation process, they sent me 2 of their SoftStart units. So I'm going to be installing one on a Coleman Mach 15 and the other on a Coleman Mach 8 Plus. And you're going to get to see how to install on both of those products using their tech support. All right, so this is a SoftStart product. So you get this box, it comes pre-wired, and then everything is actually already cut. You just have to strip this off. You also get their installation kit. Now this is a standard installation kit, so some of these pieces we may not actually be using, but you get all that. And then they will actually set you up with wiring diagram. So if you're like me, you're probably going to want some assistance in installing these, and that's where SoftStart really excels. So they actually have a technical support that will be with you via phone on your roof during installation. You do need to give them a few days advance. So what you do, just go on to www.softstartrv.com, go to the support, and you'll put in a support ticket for technical support. You'll put in your name, information, all that stuff, and give them information. Hey, this is when I would like to install it, and make sure you give them about 3 to 4 days in advance so they can, told you it's going to be loud, so they have plenty of time to get set up. And then they're going to send you an email requesting additional information. So with RV AC units, the model might not change on the outside, but some of the wiring may change, and SoftStart stays current with all those changes. So they're going to ask you to get up on top of your RV, take off the casing and open up the electrical panel. Make sure you turn off all your electricity before doing this, and take a picture of the schematic. Here's ours. So then you send that schematic to the SoftStart technician that contacts you, and they're going to make sure that they have a wiring diagram specifically for your model. Now you could take that diagram and go do it yourself, or you can do it I'm going to do and actually have them on the phone next to me the entire time, walking me through the process. So I want to do this, number 1, to make it easy on me, but number 2, to show you how great the customer support is and how easy it is to actually install this product, especially when you have the support team that SoftStartRV does. All right, so there are some tools you will need to successfully install the SoftStart. You're going to need wire cutters and crimpers, just in case. Needle nose pliers. I'm bringing regular pliers, a flathead screwdriver, a drill with a bit that's compatible with whatever screw is holding the housing onto your AC unit. I'm also going to be bringing some electrician's tape, and then also, because one of the products that we use is the Coleman Mach 8, we actually have to remove a fan out of the way, and to get that, you're going to need a socket wrench, and on ours, we have either an 11mm or a 10mm nut on there that we're going to have to remove. All right, so it's your day of installation. You've got your tech support phone call scheduled. You have all the tools that you need to install the unit. You have the SoftStart unit. The first step, you are going to want to disconnect power. I disconnect power from the trailer, and I'm also going to shut off all the breakers to the AC units. You want no electrical running to your AC units before you go upstairs and touch them. After that, you're going to remove the casing from each unit, and then open up the electrical panel for each unit. I was just grabbing the diagram just to make sure I had it.
Okay.
I know you guys worked hard on it. I want to make sure we get some use out of it.
Yeah, he was up late working on it last night.
I think it's so cool that you guys do that.
Well, you know, how else are people supposed to do this doggone thing, you know?
Oh, I'd probably end up burning the RV down.
Well, and it's come close a few times.
Oh, geez.
I mean, only because people do things, you know, they just go in there and start cutting wires, and then they call you and say, oh, I can't figure out what to do now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm ready to get started, sir.
All right. right. You should have a white wire, a red wire, and a black wire coming off the compressor.
Correct.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, step number 1 says, follow the white compressor wire, from the compressor it'll go to a terminal board.
Copy.
You're going to pull the white compressor wire off.
Okay. Pull the white compressor wire off.
Right.
Got it.
And then the blue soft start wire, you'll put a male connector on that and plug it into that white one.
Okay, that is on.
All right. Now you're going to take the black soft start wire.
Now, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to feed all these inside first. Okay, so we did the blue one already. All the wires are routed. So next is the black wire.
Black.
Okay.
The black soft start wire. You're going to put a female on it, and you're going to put it on that terminal that you pulled the white one from.
Okay, that is on.
All right, now we've got 2 choices, and in the steps it says 3A normal, 4A normal,
Okay.
or 3B and 4B. So the difference being, and it says, if you have a PTCR, if you look up, there's a little picture of the PTCR. It's on a terminal.
Okay.
That plastic thing has 2 plugs in the bottom on a terminal.
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, do you have, if you've got the PTCR, you should have 2 red wires.
I do have a PTCR and I have 2 red wires.
So what you're going to do is you're going to pull up the PTCR, which is on 2 posts.
Okay.
And you're going to take those 2 red wires off of it and put them on those 2 posts where the PTCR used to be.
That is now off.
Okay, and you're going to put the 2 red wires on there.
All right, so that is taped and out of the way.
Now you're going to take the yellow soft start wire,
Okay.
put a female on it, and it's going to go on that terminal where that 3rd red wire came off. All right, so now that we got all that done, now we're going to do the brand new, literally no cut of any sort. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the black compressor wire. So go to the compressor, follow that black compressor wire.
Got it.
And it goes to a terminal where there's a purple, it says PUR, I think.
Correct.
Purple, or maybe it's just purple. Do you see that?
I do.
Okay. What we're going to do is you're going to disconnect that black wire.
Done.
Now you're going to take the soft start brown wire.
Okay.
And you're going to put a male on it and connect it to the one you just pulled.
Connected.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's where you, not at the compressor, but where you pulled it.
Correct.
Okay. Now, number 6 is the last one. Now, this one, a little tricky, but not a big deal. Take the red soft start wire.
I have the red soft start wire.
You're going to put a female on it, and it's going to go on that terminal where the black one came off.
Okay.
All right. Theoretically, you're done. So let's take a look. Make sure that all of the soft start wires are hooked to something. That there's no loose wires anywhere except for that one red one that you taped.
Okay. I think we're good.
So what we're going to do is make sure that there are no wires at this moment, because we're going to test before we tie everything up.
Okay.
No wires in any position where they might get caught in a fan or any problem of that nature.
Because I got the fan sitting outside of the unit right now.
Oh, okay.
I had to take it off because of where we were going to place. Are you okay? I'm okay sticking this thing down.
Yeah, I think you need to put it in there and stick the fan back in, and then we're going to test it.
Okay, give me a minute to make sure it's in a good spot. Okay, that is stuck down. And
all right.
I just need a few minutes to actually attach the fan back. All right, all the wires are out of the way. I gotta bolt this back on. All right, turning the breaker back on. AC2 and just a fan.
Okay, we just want to listen and hear that the fan's running.
Okay.
Now you got to turn the AC on and bring it down as low as it'll go. What's your ambient temperature in there?
71.
All right. Well, crank it down to 55, 45, whatever low. You're gonna climb back up there and you're gonna see if the green light's on the soft start.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna mount it. I'm gonna mount it on the other side of the electrical box, basically by the compressor.
On the outside of the electrical box. Okay. The only issue is getting your wires then into the electrical box, and that's up to you however you want to do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna feed them up through the through that hole. I think we are ready.
Okay, that was the hardest part.
That's what I like to hear.
All right, so what we're gonna do is step number 1. Same as before, you're gonna follow the white compressor wire to the C terminal of the run capacitor.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow the white wire from the compressor to the junction box, okay?
It's going to go to the C terminal of the run capacitor.
Okay. And I'm going to pull that.
Yep, you're going to connect it to the blue soft start wire, which should have a male connector on it.
Okay. And I'm going to connect that to the white wire from the compressor.
The one you just pulled off.
Yep.
All right.
Connected.
All right, so now we're going to take the black soft start wire.
Black soft start wire.
And you're going to put a female on it.
All right.
And connect it where you just took that black, where the white compressor wire came off. You're going to put that black soft start wire on that terminal.
Okay. Okay, that is on.
All right, now you're going to have a red wire from the compressor that ends up on the what's called the HERM terminal. Right. If you follow it, it says usually it's marked HERM, H-E-R-M.
Can't see anything marked, but I trust you.
If it just follow the red wire from the compressor, and where it lands is on the HERM terminal where you want it.
Okay.
Okay, so now the question is, do you just have one red wire there, or are there 2?
Just one.
Okay, so we can skip that other step this time.
Thank God.
So, yeah, exactly. And you're going to take the yellow soft start wire.
Okay.
and put it on where that red compressor wire on that Herm terminal. Pull the red one, put the yellow one on there.
All right, that is on.
All right, so now you're gonna tape up the end of that red one.
All right, that is taped up.
All right. Now, this is the new thing where we don't have to cut a wire that we previously would have cut.
Okay.
You're going to go to the compressor.
All right.
It's got a cap on it where wires are coming out.
I see that.
You're going to remove that cap. Probably got a couple screws in it.
All right, Bill, the cap is off.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. And before you do anything, I'm going to go through the whole thing so you have in your mind, you know what you're doing here.
Okay.
So what you're going to do, there's a black compressor wire on there.
Correct.
Now, we're going to take that black compressor wire off. Then we're going to put a female connector on our brown soft start, and it's going to go on that same post.
Okay.
After you crimp the female on there, before you put it on that post, you're going to have to take your needle nose and put about a 45 on that connector, because once it's on there, you got to put that cap back on.
Oh, this is the one, huh?
This is the one. So you see what you understand where we're at here?
I do. Well, it's on.
All right, and it's not hitting the other one, right?
No, it's kind of falling over the top of it. So I think
it doesn't matter if one's on the other one as long as it's insulated and everything, you know.
Yeah, the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap a little electrical tape around the wire here.
Probably a good idea. And we're done. We're actually done now. So you put that red one to the black one, we're done.
So the red one going to the black, so I put that one on the post, and now I've got, so the black wire, now I need to attach a male to the red wire.
That's correct, and plug it into that black wire that you disconnected from the compressor.
All right, that is connected.
All right, so make sure there's no wires in the way of any fans.
Okay.
And go down, listen for the fan, and turn the air on, and we'll go up and look for a green light.
Fantastic. I'll be right back. All right, so that actually ended up taking us more than we thought it was going to be, because the two units that we have are a little bit different. So there were some phone calls. Man, I'm sweating. There's some phone calls just to make sure that everything was being done right. Bill walked me through every single step on both units. So it's kind of a mess up here right now, but everything worked. The green light tested. So all I'm gonna do now is clean up the wires, put everything away, put the tops back on, and that's it. So in a few days, when we get Tandy over to our RV park, we're gonna actually test it on 30 amp and on a generator, and I'll show you how well this performed. We are at our RV site, and now we're going to actually test the SoftStartRV products to see if they'll both run off of 30 amp and off the generator. So I'll take you over just to show you. We do have it hooked up to 30 amps, not 50. So we've got our power run. We're on 30 amp. 30 amp is on. So obviously you don't want to flip on both AC units at the same time, regardless of where you're at or what power you're on. So I'm going to turn on one. We'll give it a little bit just to kind of warm up, and then we'll turn on the second one. So it's on cool high. So hardly a dip that's already a great sign. I mean, the last time we started, it dropped down, I think it was like to 106. So it dropped down something like 16 volts. It dropped down to 1. So now we're gonna go turn on the bedroom AC unit and see how that works. All right, so we're at the bedroom AC. Cool high. All right, run back out here. Seriously, it hardly fluctuated.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you check the voltmeter before you did it? Because it was different at the other place. It was like registering 126.
Yeah, this one was 122 when we started. It went down to 121. You're right though, the other one, but it still dropped down by like 16.
Yeah.
Good question. This is my beautiful assistant, Susanna. She's also my wife. Nice. All right, so that's running both of these on cool high on 30 amps. I kind of...
Are you gonna test it with the generator?
I am. After this, I'm gonna shut them off. But you know what I really want to do? I want to plug in the regular household, because they say you can run one AC unit off of just household AC current. Do you want to try that? I kind of do. Okay, so I'm gonna shut these off, and then we'll turn the generator on. I gotta let it run for a few minutes, and then we'll try it on the generator. I'm out here at the generator to show you that it is on. See? So we're running on the generator. It is on economy mode, so a little bit quieter. And I'm gonna go in, and now we're gonna try this again. I am so freaking excited. Cool high. We went from 121 to 119. Now we're gonna do the bedroom. Cool high. It's like a race. Look at that. It dropped down to 116. We're running two 15K AC units off of the Coleman 3400 dual fuel generator, and it's running whisper quiet. So now I'm like, my curiosity is really piqued. So I'm gonna shut these off, and then I'm just gonna plug in the regular household extension cord in and see if it can run one AC unit off of that. I'm hooked up. Everything's hooked up. Now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna see, can we run one AC unit? 122. Come on. We can do it. We're running one AC unit. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal because people have like the window units in their houses, they plug them in all the time. But this is an RV with, you know, there's other stuff running. We're not running a microwave or anything else, but if you need to, you can run an AC unit with the SoftStartRV product off a regular household outlet.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. All right, so here it is, folks, the final review. Does the SoftStartRV do everything that it claims? So number one, does it work? Yes. Will it run two ACs off of 30 amp? Yes. Can it run one AC off just regular household outlet? Yes. Can you run two 15K AC units? Yes. Can you run them off of a generator? This actually isn't one of their claims, because they claim you can run one on a small generator. Well, we ran two 15Ks on a large generator. Awesome. Okay, now what else? So they claimed it's easy to install. Is it easy to install? Yes. Now I use their technical support. Very, very patient people. They walked me through it step by step. They gave me the proper wiring diagram. So yes, it was easy. It was just a little time consuming. But again, part of that was me. And a lot of that was because we were videoing, so it takes a lot of time. So, and then their final thing, the one big thing that they really wanted me to show is that it is now a 6-step no-cut process. I didn't have to make any cuts. I did trim down each wire because I had about that much wire. I trimmed it down to about that, and that's just a personal preference. But honestly, I would not have had to cut a wire. So it's easy to install, no cutting, no splicing. This product is honestly a no-brainer. If you want to RV and you don't know if you're going to have 30 amp, 50 amp, and you've got more than one AC unit, no brainer. If you want a boondock, no brainer. The only thing I couldn't test for you is solar power. But I tell you what, if somebody wants to send me a whole bunch of solar batteries and panels and help me hook them up, we'll do that one too. But I honestly believe in this product, and I have not been so excited about a product in a long time. So if you got more questions, you can ask me. There's a link in the description down below. You can save $30 on one unit, $60 on two, or $150 on three of the units for those of you that have 3 ACs. So great product, and I hope this review helped you. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when our next video comes out. And as always, thank you for watching. Life's an adventure. Hop on.
Thank you for watching. We'd love to share our journey with you, so hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you know when a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to leave your comments down below and hit the like button.